Tony D and Little Jones somewhere in the background, and this is a screenwriter's take on Operation Fortune, starring Jason Statham, Aubrey Plaza, Hugh Grant, the guy from The Princess Bride, whose name I always forget, and it was directed by Guy Ritchie. Oh, and Josh Hartnett's in it. Really great cast. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. There's the Princess Bride guy. Check out my books. The links are in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 17, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget Kindle Unlimited as free. And the t-shirt factory is up and running. All right. So first I'll do my non-spoiler review. It's okay. It's not, it doesn't have the stylish flair of a Guy Ritchie movie with the action. It's pretty entertaining. The cast is pretty fun to watch. But it feels more like a TV show than it does a movie. It's got some funny bits, but not as funny as I've seen. It could have been a lot funnier. Could have been a lot funnier. It could have been a lot more realistic. It was fun, though. I enjoyed it. I was entertained. It's one of those spy movies where it's not a serious spy movie. That's a cool car. It wasn't a super serious spy movie, but just serious enough that I was okay with it. I think part of the movie, part of it, it's got too many characters in it. I'll say that. Definitely has way too many characters. They do their best to flesh them out, but I think there's just a few too many. And again, it's not that funny of a movie. It's fun. I enjoyed it a lot. But I really missed the Guy Ritchie slow-mo stuff. I would have liked to have seen some of that. I'm trying to stop on that still of the crew. If I can get to it. There it is. Okay, there we go. So I give it like a 6 or 7. It's okay. It's about on the level of its title. Like, its title is a little too long, because technically it's called Operation Fortune, and then it's got some French name after, like Ruse de Guerre. Like, why would you put that in the title? Why wouldn't you just call it Operation Fortune? Weird, unless they already had a movie like that and they had to give it a new name. I like Aubrey Plaza in it a lot. She tries to do her shtick, which sort of works, but mostly she's there to be eye candy, and she's pretty good eye candy and kind of fun. But she's trying to be also serious, and Jason Statham's the only one who comes off as serious, really. Everybody else is kind of goofing around. The Princess Bride guy is like always increasing the budget of the missions to get a bunch of cool wine and food. The other guy on the team's just sort of there. Apparently, doesn't really have a personality. Hugh Grant is great, though, as the sleazy billionaire, and Josh Hartnett's really good as the movie star they recruit because they need to get near Hugh Grant, so they need Josh Hartnett. But yeah, let's get into the spoilers. So the first act is there is some secret thing that that's being sold. They don't even tell you what it is. They just know it's being sold, and then the Princess Bride guy has to assemble his team, and Jason Statham is basically the team, and then there's a bunch of assistants around him. That's kind of the way it rolls out. So while they're doing that, there's another team of people that they compete with on this spy stuff, who's also involved somehow. You don't quite know in the beginning. And so then he recruits Aubrey Plaza, who used to be on that other team. The other guy, I forget his name. And then eventually they come up with a plan to blackmail Josh Hartnett, so he'll go along with it and help them lure Hugh Grant out into the open. So that's the first act. The second act is they go meet Hugh Grant, and he's this crazy billionaire guy. And he's got a bunch of evil friends, and they're all working on stuff together. And they're trying to buy this thing, whatever it is. They're trying to figure out what the hell it is. And that's part of the problem, too, I think, with the movie. Like, you don't have a clear threat. It's very vague. I would have liked to have seen... See, like in a movie like this, you would need to make that threat very clear. You would also set up at least one of these villains as being really effing murderous, competent, and scary. Right? Like some guy who kills his own henchman is classic, right? Somebody who makes some small mistake and he just murders them in cold blood or throws them off a cliff, does something horrific to him. Don't really have that. So they go to the party with Hugh Grant on his yacht, and so the deal is Josh Hartnett is going to be the movie star, since Hugh Grant is a fan. Aubrey Plaza plays his girlfriend, and Jason Statham pretends to be his manager. So they go and they make friends with him, and it's funny that Hugh Grant likes the movie star, but then the movie star is won over by Hugh Grant because he's playing him. He pretends that he's going to play a billionaire in a movie. So, of course, the billionaire invites them all out to his island. And before they go there, Jason Statham has to break into his buddy's house. Not Hugh Grant's house, but one of his Ukrainian buddies. And sabotage his laptop. But the thing is, he breaks in, and then he's going to make it look like a robbery. And then he, like, gasses the house. So everybody passes out. And he goes in, and he breaks into the safe, and he gets the laptop. But he also steals the jewelry in there, so they would know he touched the laptop. So it kind of didn't make any sense that they wouldn't at least suspect that they had been compromised in the computer area. But anyhow, eventually they go to Hugh Grant's villa in Turkey where he's going to sell this item. And in the process, they pursue one of his minions that is going to do the deal, and he dies in a weird scene, in a scene that could have worked, but it kind of doesn't. I mean, it's okay, but again, it's not great. It's not like clever, and the way it's shot, I gotta say, for Guy Ritchie, this is just shot. It looks just like kind of boring the way they shot it. So they eventually, Hugh Grant makes the deal, and it turns out it's an AI capable of hacking any computer program in the world, including other AI. And of course, the big twist is the competing group of spies that's supposed to also be working for the British government is gone rogue. They steal the AI from Jason Statham's team after they steal it from Hugh Grant during a deal. So, and then Aubrey Plaza is like an amazing computer whiz, so she somehow makes it so the bad guys don't get their money. But then there's this big fight in which the rogue agents kill all these dudes and steal the item. And then it turns out they cut a deal with some guys we saw earlier in the movie at the boat party, and it's these two tech guys. So they go and they have a big scene where Jason Statham kills a bunch of guards and then fights his way into this complex where they're going to use the AI to collapse the world economy, and that part of it is very unclear. But Hugh Grant has the ability to just nuke the place if he wants with his missiles, and he's looking for his finder's fee, which is $1 billion, which these guys didn't pay him. Sorry, it's late. And these guys are billionaires, and for some reason they didn't pay the guy they promised. They didn't pay an arms merchant the $1 million or the $1 billion they promised him. So he comes and threatens them, and I guess they pay him. I think they do. And then Jason Statham's like killing all the guards, but then by the time he gets up into the room where the AI is, the tech guys and the alternate spies kind of kill each other. And so by that time, Jason Statham only has to fight one guy, and he kind of beats him rather quickly. I expected like an epic battle. Instead, he just knocked him out. I don't think he killed him, but I think he knocked him out. And he killed a lot of guys to get to that room, let me tell you. He must have killed at least, I'm going to say 15 people. It was a lot of guys. I mean, the bodies just start piling up. And after a while, and again, they weren't interesting kills. They were just sort of like standard. So they get the AI. And that's kind of the end of the movie. They drop the AI off to Princess Bride guy who started this whole thing. They successfully completed the mission. I guess they let Hugh Grant go, and they're off to the next mission, and that's the end of the movie. And that was the most disappointing part. It wasn't like a big finish here. Like, I never got the sense that these guys were gonna lose, ever. You know, at least even in James Bond, there's a sense like, uh-oh, this was unexpected. Uh-oh, how's he going to get out of this one? Here, I just felt like Jason Statham is an unstoppable killing machine, and he's just going to kill his way, get this thing, and he's going to go home. And that's exactly what happened. So it was almost too by the numbers, and that's what sort of slowed it down and made it boring. There were no surprises in there. So, like, one way to do a surprise with this kind of movie is the agent goes in, and let's say he's expecting 4 guards, and he gets there, and for some reason there's 10, right? And now he's got this big unexpected problem. Or he expects 4 guards, and then it turns out there's 4 guards and a tiger, and it's loose. You know, something that just comes out of left field, but was still sort of hinted at in the movie. You know, so for the tiger, you'd have to establish that, oh, yeah, by the way, there was some zoo here, and, you know, they never found the tiger or something, and then, boom, the tiger shows up. Something like that. Probably part of the reason why there's so many characters in the movie, and they all need lines and payoffs, they kind of don't have time for those little flourishes, and they really needed them, especially at the end. By the end of the movie, I was kind of just like, okay, it's over. You know, I didn't feel like, wow, that was an amazing ride. I felt like, oh, I guess maybe the next one will be better. And I think it was kind of shot in such a way they expected, like, oh, well, this will be a cool team, and we'll do another movie. It didn't do well. This movie didn't do well at all. And I can kind of see why. And it's a shame. The cast is very enjoyable, but it's sort of just here, right? Like, movies have to go, they have to climb. They go up first act, second act, third act, to the moon, and then boom, you're done. This movie is just kind of like, it was kind of up here the whole time, and that was it. Never really went up and down. It was a steady diet of violence, mayhem and snappy one-liners. And Jason Statham doesn't miss a beat. Neither does Aubrey Plaza. They win almost every battle easily, seemingly. It's their foils just didn't feel like a threat at all. Even Hugh Grant's character didn't feel like a threat. Like they had a few guns pointed at him, but I never felt like they were out of control at all. And it needed some of that chaos, I think. Would have made it a better movie. So, do I recommend it? If you're bored. I mean, I don't think you'll hate it, but I don't think you'll walk away. Lower your expectations would be my advice. If you have low expectations, you'll say, yeah, it was okay. That'll be your attitude. That's about the best you'll get. You're never going to, I don't think you'll be blown away by this movie at all. You'll just be like, oh, okay, it's over. That was all right. You won't be mad you watched it, but you won't be super happy you did either. And that's a shame, because I love Guy Ritchie, and he makes some weird choices sometimes. I would have loved to have seen some of the Guy Ritchie flourishes on a movie like this. And I think it would have worked, because it's supposed to be a comedy. That's how I found it. It was listed under comedies. But it's just not funny enough. Like, if you punched it up, like really punched up the script. I mean, the fourth guy on this team, the black guy, I mean, he's fine, but they don't give him any fun lines, really. One line's kind of fun. It's a little too grounded in a reality that really isn't reality. If that makes sense. Like, they're trying to ground it as, oh, these are real spies. They could really pull this off. And then Jason Statham must kill like 20 guys in this movie. Which is weird, too, because he kills them all at the end. And earlier in the movie, he spares a guard who then recognizes him and blows his whole cover. So why would you spare that guy and then later in the movie murder everybody? Like, it would have been fine in a comedy action thing like this if Jason Statham's deal was, I don't normally kill people. Like, he only kills people that he has to kill. So, like, he's perfectly fine, like, I don't know, darting the guards so they'll be asleep for like a month or whatever. And then, I mean, when he robs the house, he knocks everybody out with gas. So it was a weird choice in the script to have him go through most of the screenplay beating people up and not killing them, and then at the end, they just murder like a bunch of dudes. Him and the black guy's also a sniper, so he kills a bunch of dudes too. It's like, okay, now you're murderous spies. Like, before you were like fun, happy-go-lucky guys, and then now you're just suddenly killing people. I don't know. I'm too tired to say anymore. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I gotta go to sleep. Tomorrow, Friday, probably when you're seeing this, it's technically Friday now, I'll be at Unexpected Farm. Unexpected. At 5 p.m. to 9, should be a nice day, out on Piney Hollow Road in Newfield, New Jersey. Saturday, I will be at Blueberry Hill Farms for the Blueberry Fest from 10 to 4. Another nice day. However, Sunday, it's a little bit up in the air because it's going to be like almost 100. Maybe too hot for me to sit out in front of Lucille's Luncheonette on Sunday. I may postpone that until next week and do it on the 28th. But we will see. I'll make an announcement either tomorrow or Saturday. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.